Yo! Wednesday, October 16th. What up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. Welcome. Let's talk about Acid Bath. It's a band I've talked about a lot over the years. One of my all-time favorite bands. Depending on the day, they could be my favorite band of all time. And right now, I am definitely as hyped as I've ever been as an Acid Bath fan. You know, we talked a lot about Dax Riggs in the last couple weeks. Had a new song drop a few days ago called Deceiver. And that was exciting because Dax hasn't put out any new music for about 14 years. Vocalist of Acid Bath. So that was all the Dax Riggs related news I needed and certainly expected. I mean, it was great. All right, new music from my favorite vocalist. Then yesterday, I'm sitting there scrolling away, looking for stuff to talk about on the Noon Hour show. And I see in the Acid Bath subreddit, somebody has posted a flyer of the Sick New World Festival, which happens every year in Vegas. And on that flyer, you've got up toward the top, Acid Bath, a band that has not played any shows since 1997. So I figure it's one of these, dream lineup things that people throw together and post online. And I'm like, all right, that's neat. But I mean, all the comments and excitement, I'm like, nah, this couldn't be real. There's just no way. That's a band that said they would never, ever play together again. And it's been 27 years or something. It's been a long time. So I decided to go check out the Sick New World Facebook page. And there, before my very eyes, is the same flyer. Same flyer with Acid Bath up toward the top. It was real. They're back. Went to their Facebook page and they're like, oh, our heads are exploding. We're so excited. I'm like, well, what? And it's, basically the original lineup minus their bass player, who obviously could not join in since that was why the band broke up. He passed away, was killed by a drunk driver. Don't drink and drive, people. But yeah, one of my all-time favorite bands, a band that I thought there would never be any opportunity to see them live. I've seen members of the band perform live. They're back, at least for one show. I hope it's more than one show because, well, I don't have a lot of money, and tickets to Sick New World, at minimum $400. But what if that was the only Acid Bath show that they ever play again? What if I didn't go? I mean, imagine your very favorite band if they had not played in that long and you had one opportunity to see them. Would you drop $400 just for the ticket? Not to mention travel, hotel, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if I was rolling in the dough, sure. I'd do it in a second, but that's a lot of dough. That's a lot of money. So I don't know. I'm holding out hope that they're going to play additional shows. If I can somehow work the show as a media guy, maybe I can get myself in there. But I don't know if that'll happen. So anyway, I'm just overjoyed and excited. Unexpected news. You know how it is to be a really big fan of something. And just totally made my day yesterday. So I got fingers crossed. Maybe they'll do some additional shows. If I could get myself a $50 ticket to see them and do a headlining show, it might be more worth it than the travel to Vegas for a festival show. Even though the lineup for Sick New World is incredible. You've got Metallica, Linkin Park, Gojira, Mastodon, tons of my favorite bands. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to knock that one around for a bit, but it's been fun reading through the comments on the various posts going around about this, because all of the metal news sites, the headline for the Sick World announcement is, Acid Bath reunited. And you have lots of people going, like me, what? And then you have younger people like, who's that? What? Why is this such a big deal? Well, get in the know. Listen to their discography. It's only 2 albums. Pretty easy to knock down their legendary discography. And it is legendary in the metal world. And both albums, 10 out of 10. You know, that's one thing about a band that broke up that quick. You know, they went out on a high with two seriously flawless albums for sludgy metal. So good. Anyway, I'm excited. Hopefully, ow! I just hit my thumb on the desk in excitement, and there must be a sweet spot there. That hurt like crap. Limp Bizkit and My Way. There you go. My way or the highway. Sometimes that's a pretty good motto to have for yourself. I was just reading a post on Reddit from a guy who posted, I'm 31 and bought a double-wide mobile home 3 years ago. I was 28 when I bought my 2,000 square foot double-wide on 5 acres here in North Rural Florida. Paid $200K. Property also had 2 large sheds. Since I bought the home, my family, my fiance's family, and friends have and continue to call our house a trailer and that we need to buy a real house. This is causing us both to be very depressed. We don't have family or friends anymore because of this. All right. Sounds like you got some really lousy family and friends. And, I mean, you can't change your family, but you can certainly change your friends. All right, they said the Florida market was and still is crazy when we were looking for a home. Now I regret buying the double wide because we've been called trailer trash by our own families. We keep the home immaculate, and it's cleaner than a lot of our family's houses they consider real houses. Sorry for the rant, just very tired of this and don't know what to do. House has a new metal roof and has survived both Hurricane Helene and Milton. There ain't nothing wrong with living in a mobile home. I've talked about this before. If I ended up needing to move and I was looking at having to move into something like an apartment, you know, I would much rather live in a mobile home than live in an apartment because at least it's my own confined space with nobody on the other side of the wall making a bunch of racket. Yeah, you got your own little yard. This guy has 5 acres. 5 acres. I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to do aside from, you know, tell his friends where to go and then maybe ignore the family for a while. But again, there's nothing wrong with living in a mobile home, okay? I've had plenty of family and friends that lived in a mobile home. My daughter lived in one for quite a while before she moved to Phoenix. And when she moved to Phoenix, I'd go down to Pokey and hang out at her place. And yeah, it was a great time. It's nice and quiet, conveniently located. And again, there's just nothing wrong with it. So, you know, if anybody's giving you grief because of where you live, I don't know, you need to tell them where to go, apparently, because you've got a place to live. That's great. You know, this guy's family should be celebrating him. It's very difficult for younger people to purchase homes nowadays. And a mobile home, it has the word home in it. It is a home. It's a real home. An apartment is a real home. Don't shame people because of the decisions they make on where they want to live or like how they decorate or whatever. Nothing wrong with you being you. What's most important is your own happiness. So, yeah, try to not judge other people, okay? Anyway, that just kind of frustrated me. I'm so lucky that I had such great family members. You know, my parents were awesome and supportive. My brother and sister are great. All of the extended family. I don't have to put up with this kind of crap. It's just sad what some people have to deal with when it comes to their own friends and family. Yeah, get rid of the friends. I'm sure there's some good people to hang out with in your neighborhood. Or, I don't know, get out to a show and meet some people. That's where I find friends. Shows. Hey, just a note, if you're in a local band, don't be a smug turd. I was reading a post online asking if people in bands that only play original music normally look down on cover bands, or are my friends just jerks? All right, they said, I started an acoustic duo with my girlfriend. It has started to take off, and her and I play at local wine bars and breweries in the area 3 to 5 times a month. I feel like when I talk about the project with other musician friends who are in original projects, they kind of blow it off or seem to not take it seriously. For example, there's a buddy of mine whom I've come out to see his project multiple times, but hasn't bothered to come see us play. Is this normal, or do my friends just suck? LOL. All right. As a guy who's been in original bands since I was 15 and has had friends in cover bands the same amount of time, I've always hung out with people in both type of bands. I think I would have to say most people in bands are not that way. Now, I might have given some of my friends grief, like, why don't you write some originals? But I'd go see cover bands play. I'm totally cool with that. And I mean, if you are so proud of yourself for your original tunes that you wouldn't go see a friend play in a cover band, again, you're a smug turd. Knock it off. I, as a person who writes my own music, will openly admit I don't have the talent to be in a cover band. I don't have the talent. I've tried to learn cover tunes over the years. There are very, very few songs that I can play that aren't my own, start to finish. Now, perhaps if I really buckled down and put the effort in, I could get somewhere with learning other band songs, but it's just not something I got the knack for. And I've seen cover bands play that are just mind-blowingly good. So, I could jump in here and tell this person, no, your friends are turds, tell them to come to your show and shut up. But they might also just be kind of joking around. Like I said, what I would do with friends in cover bands, like, oh yeah? Well, have you ever wrote a riff like this? I mean, it's what you do with your friends. So they might just be playing. So, settle down here, buddy. Do your thing. You be you. Like we talked about earlier with the guy whose family and friends were being awful to him because they live in a mobile home. Don't worry about what other people think. Just do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And if doing an acoustic cover project with your lady brings you joy, well, screw everybody else. They're probably jealous because you're probably actually getting paid to do your gigs, and most original bands, they get that, hey, we'll give you some exposure. Yeah, why don't you come out and play? People are going to hear you. We're giving you the opportunity to get your music in front of people. Where cover bands, come out and play tonight. Here you go. Here's a nice wage to cover your work this evening. So, I think cover bands are ultimately winning. From my experience, every cover band I know locally makes a lot more money than all of the original bands. So, I think there might be some jealousy in the original music community if people are really trashing on cover bands. Because, they're just mad they're not making any dough. Breaking Benjamin with a brand new track, Awaken. All right, my review of that one sounds like Breaking Benjamin. I think it's a fair review. Huh? Not too bad, though. Not too bad. I'm glad they put out a heavier song. I think it seems like the last song they released a few years ago was kind of weak. But don't quote me on that, because you know how good my memory is. One thing I'm good at remembering, not how to talk apparently. A thing I'm good at remembering is stuff we talk about on Traffic School, powered by The Advocates. Happens every Friday at 8:45. Me and Lieutenant Crane of the Idaho State Police getting together to answer your questions about the law. I do fairly well remember all of the, well, maybe not all, but most of the answers to our questions that have been posed over the years. And as I've been driving around the last few days, I guess some people either don't listen to Traffic School or don't care, because we got people out there breaking the law. We talked about this just last Friday. Stealing political signs. I don't know why, but, in my to and from work and around town travels, I'll notice the political signs. I think that's kind of the point of them, for people to see them. And be influenced by them and such. But I have noticed a variety of signs that suddenly disappear and then are replaced by something else in certain areas of town. I just want to let y'all know, if you're still in political signs, you're breaking the law. Oh, it would be so embarrassing to be criminally charged for chucking a political sign into a ditch. There's cameras everywhere nowadays. Everywhere. I think people are pretty brave if they're out doing any kind of crime in public nowadays. Chances are you're on camera anywhere you go. So, I don't know. Just want to save you the embarrassment if you end up... you'd be on East Idaho News. Half the people in the comments, hey, not all heroes wear capes. And the other half, yeah, stick it to them. Put them in jail. I wonder if you'd go to jail. I think it's just a fine. See? I lied. I can't remember. I cannot remember everything we talk about on traffic school because I don't remember what the consequence would be if you got caught vandalizing or stealing or destroying political signs. But try to be patient with it. They're only going to be up for 3 more weeks and then they'll go away. So try to not let them bother you. They're going to be all over the place. Guaranteed. I'm seeing more and more pop up every day. But as annoying as some of them are to me, you ain't going to see me pulled over on the side of the road kicking them or something. Yeah, they're just signs. They'll go away. Just got to wait patiently. And I hope it goes by quickly. I think we're all tired of the election at this point. Just want to get it over with. Whatever happens, all right. Let's just get it done and move along so we can get back to normal. That's funny to say. But yeah, so we can get back to somewhat normal and not have to think about this anymore. Anyway, just wanted to warn you. Because somebody's out there monkeying around with signs. I see the evidence. All right, we'll be back. Oh, it's Global Cat Day. How many pet-related holidays are there in a year? There's National Puppy Day, National Dog Day, International Cat Day, Global Cat Day. All right, just celebrate your pets every day. Oh, it's National Bosses Day. All right, does that mean I have to be nice to Jade? I didn't get him anything for National Bosses Day. What about the big boss, huh? I don't know. Well, those of you who haven't made it to work yet, this is a tip for you. It's National Bosses Day. Sucking up to the boss is not a bad thing sometimes, all right? Bring him a candy bar or something. Be like, hey, it's National Bosses Day. I'd bring Jade a candy bar, but as far as I know, he doesn't like candy. I don't know what I'd hook him up with. Here, Jade, here's a slice of pizza, dude. Happy National Bosses Day. I'm lucky. I got great bosses. I got a lot of friends in radio, and they have terrible management. I've got great management here. I'm so lucky. If it wasn't for my management, K-Bear would not sound like it does. Most management would have some kind of consultant going, this guy's a maniac. You can't play these heavy songs during the day. You're going to scare people. So grateful for my bosses. I will just, look at this, on my program, wish them a happy National Bosses Day. That's just as good as a gift, isn't it? I'm throwing it out there to the public. Might as well be a happy birthday. Yeah, get your boss something. If you know something they like. Show us some appreciation. I didn't know before I got here. I can't keep track of all the stupid holidays. It's also National Dictionary Day. What does that mean? I don't know. What, do you want to pick it up and read it? So anyway, just want to give you that tip on your way to work. I'm telling you, might work out in your favor. Freak news powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. All right. I have got to get my cat Koopa a collar with a camera on it. I was just reading an article about Maxwell the cat on TikTok. This cat's owner put a camera on the cat's collar and decided to see what it gets up to when it goes roaming around. Well, apparently Maxwell's a bully. Now, these videos are kind of controversial because people are like, well, maybe you shouldn't let your cat out, dude. Max, he's a jerk. Because it's all videos of Max roaming around the neighborhood, finding other cats and starting fights with them. I haven't watched any of these videos, but I'm going to have to go check them out. Now, I know Koopa occasionally gets in fights because, for example, a few weeks ago, I come home and the side of his head's all swollen up. I'm like, what happened? Did you get stung by a bee or something? Go into the vet, rush him over there, make sure he's all right. And he had an abscess in his face from getting in a fight. And I've, pulled claws out of him before. Like, dude, just stay in the yard and you'd be fine. Well, except for when Yuri comes by. I don't know, I got a few neighborhood cats that stop by the house. I don't know what their real names are. Only named one of them, Yuri. Or my lady actually named it. But, seemed like Koopa and Yuri are friends. And Koopa very defensive of Yuri as well. I thought Yuri was gone. Hadn't seen that cat for like 6 months. Showed up the other day, and my little kitten, well, she's a big kitten now. She was at the back door, wanting her brother to come in, Koopa. So I opened the door, and I don't know if Koopa thought Lucy was going to attack Yuri or what, but geez, thought Koopa was going to rip Lucy to pieces. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen happen between the two of them. They were all mad. So anyway, I got to get a collar. See if Koopa's out behaving like Maxwell, the bad kitty. Sorry, it's Global Cat Day. I had to do at least one cat story. If you want to check out Maxwell, it's Max20499 on TikTok. Max20499. After this break, I'm going to watch some Max videos. All right. If you're into breakdancing, be aware you may get a head spin hole on top of your head. They call it a breakdance bulge as well. It's a unique head injury among breakdancers. Yeah, if you spin on your head, you're going to have a lump form on your head. And then the doctors are going to have to go in, and they're going to have to remove the lump, and then you're just, going to have this bald spot on top of your head. You're going to look like a weirdo. I mean, I'm not trying to ruin your hobbies here. I just want to let you know, you're going to be a conehead if you breakdance for too long. So, just be aware. You can look at the x-rays of a man who developed head spin hole after just too much breakdancing. All right. That's a new one. What else do we got here? Prague banning nighttime pub crawls in a bid to attract more cultured and wealthier tourists. Yeah, I guess the mayor in Prague, in the Czech Republic, says he doesn't want visitors coming for a short time just to get hammered. All right, how do you know that the people out doing the pub crawls aren't cultured or wealthy? I mean, I've seen some pretty wealthy people get pretty hammered before. So, if you're able to vacation to Prague, fly to the other side of the planet, you probably have a little bit of dough. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to have a little bit of money to go to Vegas next month. Just for like 2 days. I'm like, oh, this is going to cost me too much money. I can't afford this. What am I doing? I mean, I know I need a trip out of town, hang with a homie, see a good show, but the financial end of things, Vegas, like everything else, gotten to be very expensive. It's very aggravating. So anyway, go to Czech Republic and take part in a pub crawl. Make the mayor mad. Well, you still can, since they're going to get... Is pub crawl just like the thing to do in Prague? Well, I guess not no more. Not no more. I bet it doesn't get banned. What, do you think the owners of these pubs, who've been making lots of money for years and years from people wanting to come and get hammered in Prague, are going to suddenly just go, yeah, sure, go ahead and shut down our events? No, they're not going to stand for it. So you should be able to continue doing this. Never been to Prague. Looks like it would be a pretty interesting place to visit, but yeah, I'd probably have to avoid the pub crawl. Too old for that. Too old! Oh, they are so good. So good. Talking about acid bath right there, Venus Blue. If you've ever wondered if there's a band that I like as much as Tool, there's a few of them. That's one of them. What else rounds out the list? Probably the Beatles, Pink Floyd. I'd have to think of one more to come up with a top 5. It gets kind of tricky after that. Lots of other bands that I really, really, really like. Opeth, maybe? Opeth up there? Anyway, if you missed the announcement yesterday for Sick New World, great lineup. Great lineup announced for Sick New World 2025. Going down in Las Vegas, April 12th. It's a sick lineup, for sure, with something for everybody. All right? You've got Metallica, Linkin Park, Queens of the Stone Age, Evanescence, AFI, Ministry, 311, Gojira, The Sisters of Mercy, and then right up at the top, Acid Bath. I thought the flyer was fake when I saw it yesterday. This is one of my all-time favorite bands since I was a teenager. Nobody even knew who they were when I was in high school. We talked about this on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem yesterday. My friend Sean, shout out to Sean Putnam in Pocatello. Because I was always raving to everybody about how they need to check out Acid Bath, people just started calling me the Acid Bath guy or Acid Bath in high school. So, I'm a fanatic for this band. And again, they broke up in the late 90s. Never thought there was any chance of them ever doing anything. No new music, no shows. So I was bouncing off the walls with excitement yesterday. Now, the only problem is tickets for Sick New World begin at $400. Jeez. And like I talked about with going to Vegas next month, the hotel situation down there, it's gotten to be very steep and expensive. Oh, happy National Bosses Day. Get out of my face.
Bow down before me.
I've got a present for you. I've got a ticket for you to the Lost Souls attractions, buddy. I picked this out just for you for
Nice.
National Bosses Day. What's going on?
I'm going to give you more work.
Probably. That's all you do. That's what bosses do.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd say on National Bosses Day, bosses should get us some pizza. That's
Yep.
right.
Nope, just like the I Prevail song. Bow down.
Bow down.
Yep.
Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to, talk back and,
Nope.
create some mayhem. Be, I don't know what word I'm looking for.
Today's
here.
all about me. Me. and the other big guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's bosses above you.
Yeah, they don't count, though.
You're low tier boss.
It's pretty much.
All right, well, I got to find out what work Jake's got to give me here, so see you later. It definitely amazes me that people can be so obsessed with some people. Like the British with the royal family. All right? They're obsessed. I've talked about the royal family before. How they literally don't do anything. They just sit back and collect riches. And people idolize them. These are folks who have no idea what life is like for the average person. I was reading an article about King Charles III. Now, this is just alleged, but this author, Tom Bauer, interviewed 120 people for his biography of Charles, entitled Rebel Prince. And in the book, talks about King Charles' first encounter with cling wrap, plastic wrap that you put on food to, keep it decent when you put it in the fridge. He walked into the dining room and shrieked. So his wife ran in and was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "What is this?" She's like, "That's cling film." That sounds so unbelievable that you'd think it's made up. But do you think King Charles deals with much leftovers? I'm doubting it. Just so funny that these people can be so out of touch, yet basically worshipped by everybody in the country they live in. Can you picture King Charles, out mowing the lawn? Something like that? Changing a tire? No, he's never done that. I'm fairly confident he's never been out mowing the lawn. Never been, stuck in the kitchen doing the dishes. Probably has no idea what a dishwasher is. Anyway, I just shouldn't be surprised. But imagine if you showed this guy press and seal. Press and seal. The alien technology. What do we got going on? This is wild. Rich people. I was reading a bit about this Washington, D.C. ghost tour that is apparently so scary that the original tour guide quit. Couldn't take it anymore. Too frightening. Sounds pretty cool to me. I would love to go check out a haunted tour that legitimately scared the crap out of me. We got any haunted tours going on around here? I know they do them this time of year in Pocatello and Idaho Falls. I'm going to have to try to dig up some info on that. Apparently, it's not hitting my Facebook feed. Instead, I'm being pummeled with politics. Would much rather know about fun events happening around here. Well, if you're looking for something fun to do, there's always haunted attractions. We got the haunted meetup going down tomorrow at the Lost Souls Attractions in Shelley. And if you want to go for free, all you got to do is go see Peaches in Pocatello today, 4 to 6 p.m. at Grease Monkey on Quinn Road. Get yourself a spot on the list, and you and a guest can join us for the haunted meetup in Shelley tomorrow night. First come, first serve, so get there to see Peaches early. But I would love to see all you folks from Pokey out at the Lost Souls Attractions tomorrow night. I will be there. So, yeah, get yourself signed up this afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. at Grease Monkey on Quinn Road. It's the haunted meetup, thanks to our friends at Wackerly Subaru, Wackerly Auto Center, and Grease Monkey. And it's our final haunted meetup. So if you haven't come out to any of the other ones, well, getting your final chance, and it's fun. So hope to see you out tomorrow night. Hope to see you in Pocatello this evening, 4 to 6 p.m. Saying hi to Peaches, getting yourself a spot on the guest list for the haunted meetup. Good luck. It's the Victor Wilt Show. Have you watched the new version of Salem's Lot? It's on Max. It was okay. Now, it's been many years since I read the book. I have read it a number of times, and when I think back to my reading experience of Salem's Lot, I find it to be just an awesome book from what I recall, as far as my enjoyment goes while reading it. And I did not feel that same level of enjoyment watching this movie. I'm like, I wish I could remember the book better, because what are they leaving out of this movie? Reviews don't seem to be that great for it. I mean, maybe it's worth a watch, but this is why you should always read the book version, all right? Because I would imagine if you just watch the movie on Max, you'd probably be thinking like, why is this story held in such high regard as one of the best vampire stories ever? I didn't think it was very good. The movie just was subpar. So if you're looking for a good vampire read for the Halloween season, give Salem's Lot a whirl. There's a lot of great vampire stories out there. You know, and I was looking at a list of people's favorites online, and some of these I've read, some I have not. But one stuck out that this was one of the last books I read, Let the Right One In. This is another example of there is a movie or a variety of movie options available. If you're going to watch the movie, watch I think it's a Swedish movie, and watch it with the subtitles. It's a great horror movie, like fantastic, very well done. The other versions, not so much. But Let the Right One In, definitely one of the best vampire books I've ever read. It was cool to see that pop up on this list. Really good. Yeah, when I think of my favorite vampire stories, I think I'd have to go with that and Salem's Lot. But, people are mentioning Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles. I read those when I was real young, and it's been so long, I don't really remember them. I mean, I know I like the movie Interview with a Vampire, or The Vampire. It's pretty good. What other vampire stories do we got in here? George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones fame. Guess he has a book called Fever Dream. I have to check that out. Always down for a good vampire story, but they're hard to find. People tend to get hooked on things like what? Twilight? I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Another example of garbage movie, great book. And the movie's probably fine if you never read the book, but the book is so much better. So much better. And I Am Legend, I think, as a movie's held in fairly high regard, but sometimes if you've read the book, it can just ruin a movie. The worst example, Stephen King's The Dark Tower. Now, I hate to think how many people were turned off from reading the books because of that movie. That movie that, I mean, it was such a baffling movie to watch because you take thousands and thousands of pages of story and condense it into an hour and a half, and it didn't even really make sense, the movie. And the only people who could potentially understand that movie would be people who have read The Dark Tower, just could be like, okay, I see this little thing they threw in there. It was so weird. I know we talked a lot about books yesterday, but I'm always trying to encourage people to read because it's good for the mind. I have been reading the past few nights. And even though it makes me tired really fast, which, is good because I needed to get to bed, it just feels good. Been reading The Black House by Stephen King, Peter Straub. I should be able to hopefully wrap that up and then start a new book. I don't know. I started Black House many, many months ago and then just fell off. Luckily, I didn't wait too long and I was able to pick up where I left off. But yeah, I kind of want to watch Let the Right One In, the Swedish version again. It was so good. That book is excellent. I loaned it to Joey the Hulk Lobato recently because it was just so good. I'm like, dude, you got to check this out. So I think that's my top recommendation for a vampire book during the month of October. Let the Right One In. If not, I mean, Salem's Lot is just classic and fun, and don't let the movie sway you from reading that story, all right? It's excellent. Trust me. Peaches just walked in here and is accusing me, Mr. Perfection, of screwing up.
Mr. Perfection? What are you talking about? No one's ever called you that besides yourself.
Everybody calls me that. I am flawless.
Mr. Lib, Mr. Flake, those are more appropriate.
Flawless, without any flaw. What did I mess up?
In your own head.
In everyone's head, but what did I screw up?
Well, I was watching the Whitechapel music video and I was like, man, Victor really screwed up missing out on that concert now and tomorrow.
Well, it's just how it had to be, Peaches. How it had to be.
You're always over like, Peaches, you should do everything by yourself. You had your friend flake out, and then now you're like, oh, I don't want to go by myself.
But see, here's the difference between you and me. You throw a tantrum when your friend is unable to go to a show.
No, I say strike one, you're out. You're deleted.
Yeah, me, I'm like, oh, okay. Because I don't really care that much. If I really, really was like, I've got to be there, I would have gone.
Yeah, you don't put in any effort. Lazy lib.
I'm not a lazy lib.
Lazy lib.
I'm a lib.
That's all that you are.
I'm a lib, but I am not lazy.
Look at your Halloween decorations. You didn't put any effort into them. You just said, put inflatables on the front lawn.
What are you talking about? I've got little skeletons hanging up all over the place out front.
That takes 2 seconds to hang something up.
Dude, yeah. Why would I want to put a bunch of effort into that? Then I have to take it back down in the...
Going to like the dollar store and buying one of those fake ones that
I'm not going to carve a pumpkin.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm lazy.
No, I don't have kids at my house anymore.
You still do it.
My neighbors are lucky I put up any Halloween decorations. I almost didn't do that. I'm thinking for Christmas, no decorations.
Exactly,
I'm not even going to put up the tree.
Lazy lib.
Why?
Lazy lib.
No one's going to see it. It's just me there. What?
I put my tree up.
Why?
Because I want to.
All right.
My parents tell me every year, you're not going to have any presents if you don't put that tree up. So.
My parents are dead. I had no parents telling me what to do. I do what I want. And if I want to go no decorations, like last year I put up a bunch of Halloween decorations inside of the house. Not this year. No, I put the inflatables up. And
I still think, overall, missing out on Whitechapel. Missing out on Lorna Shore. One of the most stacked tours out there.
It is, but... I thought it was more important that I get out and hang out with the listeners at the Haunted Meetup tonight.
Stop it.
I didn't want
to be the first guy. Let's get out of here. It's 8:30. Let's go.
I am always the one telling you guys to settle down and wait till 8:30. Give the listeners the final chance to get there.
I don't throw a fit about wanting to leave.
All of you lazy kids.
No, it's you, the lazy lib.
I might be a lib, but I ain't lazy.
Come on now.
All I do
I'm
is
gonna have
go,
the voice
go,
guy
go.
say that, the lazy lib, Victor Wilt, and his morning show.
Oh, that person hung up. I was going to put him on the air.
I mentioned lib, and now they're wanting to talk politics on your show, most likely.
No, but I don't talk politics on the show. But it's funny because lib is not an insult. That's a general political belief system, which, doesn't fully cover me. But it's funny when people throw it out as an insult because it's just a descriptor.
I got another insult for you. You're woke. Oh!
What does that mean?
That's insane.
Oh, no. I want to see people treated equally. What an idiot.
What are you talking about? We got a pyramid system, Victor. We'll keep it that way.
Yeah, give me a definition of woke that is negative.
I'm just making jokes.
I know, that's because that's the thing. People throw all these words around, but they don't think about, okay, what does that word really mean? Like if somebody called me woke, from my understanding of the definition of woke, what it means, I'd be like, okay, well, that doesn't sound bad. You care about other people? What a piece of garbage. I don't know. Yeah. There are terms, if you called me, I'd be insulted.
Right.
But it's not those.
Woke lib?
Woke lib. I'm telling you, one of these days I'll change my morning show's name to Get Woke with Victor Wilt.
That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that.
It's a funny name for a morning show.
It would get attention.
It would get attention. And I think it's funny. Because for some reason, that word makes some people really crazy. What if I jumped on air and was like, I woke up today and dude, what did you say? No, like it's... So anyway, yeah, no, I'm going to the haunted meetup tonight to hang out with tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
For all the people you sign up tonight.
Yeah, who's
what
the
I was trying to
person
say.
doing all the work for that? It's me. Putting together those lists, typing up the slips, printing them out, cutting them out.
Oh, it's so hard.
Making sure the listeners get to where they need to go when.
Wow,
and
that's
you
hard.
just show up and then judge what I do.
Yeah.
You're like, look at these lists.
Exactly.
Basic generic lists, and you're the guy showing up late purposely because you're like, I show up when I want to.
I created the haunted meetup.
No,
what
you
are you
didn't.
talking about? Yes, I did.
Stop it. No,
I
you
created the haunted
You're
meetup.
the lazy lib, Victor.
I developed that promotion. What are you talking about?
Well, now we're changing it up next year.
Well, change is fine. I'm cool with that. We've done the haunted meetup for many years. So something new is not a bad thing. There's a lot of things we do year after year that I'm like, yeah, we could do something different. But yeah, I earned my place as the king. Now, you peasants do the dirty work that I did for years and years.
The liberal mind wanting what's that word? Oligarchy? No,
all you kids
not the
around
oligarchy.
here.
It's the what's the thing what's the word I'm looking for?
You're
wanting the king.
Yeah, all you kids around here have it so easy.
No, we
so
don't. Stop
easy.
it.
And you're
Go
like,
tell Katie and Justin that right now to their face.
I will.
Go tell them that now.
I will. You guys all rolled in after all the work's already been done.
Please.
You weren't here when K-Bear was like a nothing station. We
With you in the morning, it still is. No, I'm kidding.
whatever. Yeah. I walked so you kids could run. And then still, it's so rough. I got to fill out a slip of paper.
I gotta fill out.
Whining. You're the one who sounded like a lazy lib to me.
Oh, whoa, now I'm insulted. But guess what? You're bald.
Gen Z. You calling me bald, fool?
Look in the mirror.
Hey, I read online yesterday that calling people bald's considered harassment.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Call me it. It's okay.
I'm going to HR. That's right. I'm going to go report. Peaches
Bald on
called me
bald crime. It's terrible.
He said I was bald. And he called me woke and called me a lib. Just endlessly picking on me.
Well, this is recorded now, so we're fine here. This is perfect evidence you can bring to HR.
Exactly. I'll just play it back. Be like, listen to all the insulting things he said to me.
Peaches came into the studio and said, I screwed up.
I don't know how I'm going to handle it. So anyway, go see this piece of garbage tonight.
Well, we all know you
4 to
liberals just
6.
cry, so you'll probably just cry here for the rest of the morning show. How much time we have left?
Hey, I got a full
45
commercial
minutes?
break that I can cry. I'll be done crying by the time that the
then
commercials are over.
Play Hurt from Nine Inch Nails afterwards?
Yes, and I'll play the even sadder Johnny Cash version.
Oh, no, I thought you liked Nine Inch Nails more than Johnny Cash.
I do like Nine Inch Nails more than
Because
Johnny
you want to know
Cash.
why? Johnny Cash was more Republican. That's why you're like, get him off the air. I'm just messing.
I don't
think
know
he
if
was.
Johnny Cash was a Republican.
No, I don't think
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not
I
going to
just
dive
assumed
into
country
it.
music, and I was like, let's go for that.
No, there's a lot of libs in country music, for sure.
Maren Morris.
Well, aside from the ones who are like blatantly, I mean, Willie
Garth
Nelson.
Brooks?
Willie Nelson is like the most revered country artist there is. Go find any recent pictures of him. He's always rocking a Harris t-shirt.
Whoa.
You know? Willie Nelson's woke. I'm
Well,
throwing
to
it
be
out
fair,
there right now.
To be fair, I don't think he knows where he's at most of the time. He's in his 90s.
Well, I think most people that I see in the news who are, over 70, they seem to be a little bit out there. Sorry to any of our listeners who are over 70.
He looks great compared to Jimmy Carter, but Jimmy Carter's 100.
Yeah,
so.
but he's 100. He's 100.
Well, Willie Nelson's not too far off. He's
How
in
old
his 90s.
Is he in his 90s? Wow.
I'm looking that up. Willie Nelson age.
He's got to be pretty old. I mean, he's definitely a woke lib.
91, April 29th, 1933.
Do you think if I jumped on air on the Hawk and started going, Willie Nelson's a woke lib, do you think listeners would get mad even though it's 100% true?
Justin would turn beet red.
Like, because it's a fact, that you can't deny, but they all love Willie Nelson.
Please hop on the air on the Hawk and just start listing off liberal country artists.
I would love to, because there's lots of
Let's have a
them.
full-on list.
And there's tons of them. And then there's the others who pretend to be on the other side, but they're just lying, and then it comes out later on. Yeah, there's a lot of fakery in the country world. A lot of, fake names.
What if Aaron Lewis was
fake
faking
voices? I don't think Aaron Lewis is faking it.
What if he was? What if he's like, this is a major cover-up?
Uh-oh, we got people calling now. How dare you
Shut up
call
and play
Willie
the
Nelson
music.
woke lib? K-Bear, please keep in mind that you're live on the show, and please turn your radio down. Hello? Can you turn your radio down, please?
Hey, sorry.
That's all right. Who's this?
Hey, Gabriel, this is Jack Oliver calling.
Hey, Jack
I just wanted
Oliver.
A song request going for you guys. Me and my buddy are at work right now. We want to hear something.
All right, I get the point. Shut up and play more music. What do you want to hear?
Can we put on Evolution by Korn?
Evolution?
Yeah.
I'll check and see if I've got it in the system, and if I do, I will play it next.
I'm going to Google search is Jonathan Davis a
Thank
lib.
you very much.
All right, thanks, man. Peace.
Yeah, have a good day.
Most metal musicians are nerdy libs, Peaches. I hate to break it to you, but he probably is.
Somebody asked this question long time ago. Is John Davis a libertarian? Why or why not?
Not a libertarian.
I know, but is John Davis a part of Conservative Incorporated? What is this?
People get curious about their favorite
Wait a minute. Metal Injection. Korn's Jonathan Davis continues political activism against dictator Obama.
What?
He's on the right side.
Dictator Obama. Man,
My fellow Americans.
I love political news articles sometimes. They're so silly.
I want to see him lead a revolt and just yell, "Are you ready?"
I don't remember Jonathan Davis tirading, or on a tirade against Obama. That's pretty funny.
That's a legitimate article for Metal Injection. I didn't
How
make that
bizarre.
up.
I gotta look this up. I need more information. What? Jonathan Davis, Obama.
Dictator Obama,
I
Metal
didn't
Injection.
intend. See, you're the one who always ends up getting this show in a political realm, Peaches. All right, Jonathan Davis responds to Barack Obama's shout out. So Barack Obama was like, Korn's awesome.
And Jonathan Davis said, "Screw you, get out of my face."
It just said he was shocked and taken aback. And it's a Rolling Stone article, and they won't let me read the whole thing.
Well, here, there's the other article right there.
He said, I am not the lead singer from Korn against dictator Obama. Great stuff to write about these past few days. Let's see. So he was talking to TMZ and says Obama's using the media to focus on pop culture figures to distract the country from his dictator-like laws. Well, a year later, he was all happy that Obama gave him a shout out because he turned the page.
He acknowledged me.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Well, he did say he was going blind.
Well, it's kind of like anytime I've met bands, like there could be a band that I didn't like, and then I met them and they're really nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, these guys are pretty cool.
Right. TX2, a lot of people hate those guys.
Super nice
they're
guys.
super nice people.
Super nice guys. All right, hold on. Let's
Maybe
see.
that's Jonathan Davis calling in to talk about dictator Obama. Let's see.
Who would have thought we'd be talking about Obama today? K-Bear, you're live on the show. Please keep that in mind. Who's this?
Hey, Neil, this is Tyson. I was wondering what
Neil,
your thoughts
how
are.
dare you?
Well, you guys are talking
can't
politics.
call me that. You can't
I
call me that
can't.
name. Very insulting. Now, I told Peaches there's words you can call me that I'd be very insulted by, and you've done it, sir. Don't you ever call me Neil.
You've got your show confused. I hear politics. I don't hear music.
That's a step worse than
Oh,
Roper.
jeez. Come on. We're having fun here. Are you mad that we called Jonathan Davis both a woke lib and MAGA?
No. I just want to hear from Corn like the last caller.
Well, I said I might, but I keep getting distracted.
Well, Victor's now saying, if he's saying Obama's a dictator, he's going to take Corn out of the playlist.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't say any of that. All right. I'm going to play some Corn in a minute. All right, buddy?
All right, let's do it.
All right. See you, man. Peace. Call me Neil. Dare they?
That's pretty bad.
That's not how you get your request played, sir. Who's Korn's nemesis? Is there a band that...
Oh, let me look this up.
who is the biggest nemesis of the band Korn?
Woodstock 99? I don't know. Who's the biggest
Limp Bizkit? I don't know.
biggest nemesis of Korn?
Yeah, who said some bad things about Korn before?
I'm getting things about bands that ripped off Korn's sound. We could go there.
There's a million of those. But, all right, anyway, we'll be back in a minute,
This
people.
band called Love and Death. There you
Love
go.
and Death?
Yeah.
I think that's the guitarist's band.
This guy on Reddit says it's basically a direct ripoff.
If it's the band I'm thinking of, it's Head's band from Korn, but I might be wrong. Hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to the podcast version of my show, you should. You can find it everywhere podcasts can be found. Maybe you only get to listen right now every day. When by the end of the show, I'm running out of steam and running out of stories. Well, you can find out what I said at the beginning by checking out the on-demand version everywhere, again, that podcasts can be found. YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, riverbendmediagroup.com. Give it a follow and rate it as well. Give it whatever rating you think it deserves. Another podcast we've released that you should check out is the Riverbend Awareness Project. You can find that everywhere podcasts can be found as well. This month, we are talking about breast cancer awareness. So you should tune in, give it a listen. Knowing your family's health history, listening to your body, getting early screenings, all important parts of taking care of your health, especially when it comes to breast cancer. My mother passed away from breast cancer. So it's something that everyone should certainly pay attention to. Get all of your regular screenings. And the current episode of the Riverbend Awareness Project for the month of October, very informative, letting you know about the local resources for getting checked up or if you were going through treatment. So I highly recommend you check it out. Again, the Riverbend Awareness Project. Also, of course, check out the Victor Wilt Show and let your friends know they can check it out as well. I just saw a bizarre post on Facebook. I almost talked about collecting earlier because I saw a Reddit post where they were asking, hey, what do you collect? And I didn't do so because I had already talked about books today and yesterday. I think most of you know I collect books, so I didn't have a lot of interesting things to say about it. But this guy collects Whoppers. I can't even say collects. Anyhow, you know how I posted a video the other day of me and Josh eating a purple Whopper? This guy has a collection going back to 2015. He's got the black Whopper. He's got the red one. There's an orange one. There's a yellow one. I don't even remember that. And then the new purple Whopper. And he just keeps them frozen. All right, buddy. You know, to each their own. Collect whatever you want to collect. I ain't going to judge. He got a lot of likes out of his post, so it paid off in likes. All right, anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Wiltz Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that? God.
Have to say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.